Welcome to Open Arms, an honest conversation about firearms. Hey everyone, I'm your host Brian Lockerman, and today's episode is brought to you by Jesse James Concealed Handbags. And we are giving away a Jesse James Concealed Handbag. These things are great. They have a side pocket where you can store your firearm very safely with a lock on it. They're stylish. And what do you think there, Kim? What
I
do you think
love
about that?
this.
Huh?
Wow.
That's something you would use?
Absolutely.
Oh, very
Super
good.
cool. Thanks.
Oh, good deal. Well, if you want to have an opportunity to win one of these, please follow us, comment below, and enter to win. Thank you. Today's episode, I have Kim Anderson. She is an LVN, a mother, and a wife. How you doing, Kim?
Outstanding. Thanks for asking, Brian. How are
Great.
you?
Very good.
Good.
We've known each other for a little while now.
A long time.
Yeah,
A long time. Yeah. As you well know, I have two beautiful daughters.
You do.
You met them when they were very young. They're both super successful. We've put a lot of effort and support into our children.
Very
My
nice.
oldest is 25. She's a neonatal ICU nurse at Children's Hospital Los Angeles.
That's unbelievable, you know?
I know. You watched her grow
I
up.
know.
Isn't it crazy? And my youngest is getting ready to graduate UCLA, possibly go to grad school in Cambridge.
That is
So,
amazing.
I know.
Amazing.
I know. They're amazing. And as you well know, family is just everything to us.
It is.
We have a small home, humble yet full of love. And we have an open door policy. And they're everything to me.
You know, Kim, that's what it's all about. And you know my project, I focus on family
Absolutely.
values. And it is true. I watched your family grow up. And you are that tight-knit family like I had. And it's a shame that we're losing those values. You know, we see it across, America that we're losing that. And it's hard to come by anymore. You know?
Yeah, it really is sadly a thing of the past.
know.
Although, I watch young people today, and I'm proud to say I've raised my girls to be of the same mindset you and I are.
That's awesome. That's very good.
As you well know, Brian, I went through a really ugly divorce, if I may.
Yes.
Quite a few years ago when the girls were 2 and 5, and my ex-husband elected to dip out. He had a drug problem, no judgment, and I attended bar and put myself through nursing school. I came a long way. I came a long way. And I'm proud to say that today I am the nurse care manager for 3 residential care facilities for the elderly in Thousand Oaks, as well as the administrator there. I just got my administrator's license,
Wow.
so just keeping driving and keeping up. And I found that my passion is, taking care of those who can't take care of themselves. I was in pediatrics when I first started, way back in the day. And I ran a memory care unit, and I've just got such a fondness in my heart for the elderly. I orchestrate end-of-life care because I feel like it's as important to give somebody a dignified exit from this earth as it is to bring them in as a new human being. And it's profound and impactful, and I'm privileged to be involved with these people's care.
Nice. Well, congratulations on all your accomplishments.
Thank you.
That's amazing, Kim.
Thank you.
Now, you did come to me about your concern about being more safe.
I did. I'll tell you, with my ex-husband's drug addiction, he was incredibly volatile. And when he first left the home, there was a lot of things that made me very fearful. Although, as you well know, the girls were 2 and 5.
Yeah.
And I was super nervous about having a firearm in the home because they were so little.
Yeah.
But I do believe in the right to bear arms and defend myself if need be. I mean, like I said, family is most important to me.
Absolutely.
And I'll do what I got to do.
I know. Same with me.
But I want to do it responsibly.
Yes.
So when I heard about this program you were involved in, and having had known you for so long, I thought, Brian is my guy. I got to go. Now that the kids are older, Savannah's 25, Hannah's 21, they can be responsible, and I'd like them to be educated as well. I'm ready to learn how to use a firearm. I feel like the neighborhood. Oh, by the way, the house that I live in, my dad bought in 1959.
Oh, wow.
I was raised there with myself and my brothers, and now I've raised my daughters there. And in the time the neighborhood has gotten, especially as of late, I'm unsettled by the things that I'm hearing, the things that are happening in my local shopping mall, the homelessness. By no means would I judge anybody who's homeless. I mean, circumstances have forced a lot of good people to be homeless. But I also believe that desperate times call for desperate measures. And people will do whatever they have to do.
Yeah.
So I'd love to buy a gun, keep a gun in the home, but I know I have to be educated.
And you're doing the right thing. You came to us to get your safety training.
I did.
And that's what we're trying to show with this project, how important that is.
It is.
And if you do that, you're going to be safe. You're going to keep your family safe.
Absolutely.
Now, real quick question. Since you were the nurse, have you done like home calls at all?
I have. I did home care for a while.
Okay. Now, how is that as far as, do you feel like some neighborhoods were less safe than others?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've been in this homes, not only neighborhoods that were unsafe,
Mhm.
but homes to take care of somebody's grandfather, mother, aunt, uncle, and the surrounding family are quite obviously gang members.
Yeah.
And you're carrying things that you're carrying syringes, you're carrying narcotics, you're carrying, so it's, I've been fearful. I've been fearful.
Okay. Well, I totally understand. I could see that. I've heard that too from other people do home care.
Sure.
Sometimes they're like afraid to go to these neighborhoods, and they have to treat people.
Absolutely.
That's a shame. They have to feel that way.
It is.
Know?
It is.
So
I have elected to not go inside of homes.
I heard that too. I've heard that stories too. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, just a quick question for you. Now, your upbringing as a child, were you ever around firearms as a child?
Yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
totally. But you got to keep in mind that my brothers were 11 and 7 years older than me,
Okay.
and I was the only girl. So I was Daddy's little princess, and I was playing with Barbies and listening to Donny Osmond.
Of course.
But we would go to the lake and we would go camping, and I would do other stuff. I actually liked to ride my dirt bike more than I.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I had a little Honda 80 with training wheels.
That's awesome.
I picture it. I'll show it to you. It's super cool.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my passion, motocross riding. I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome.
And my brothers and my dad would shoot. I guess I just never really, as a child, was interested.
Well, no, I understand that. But now, did your dad ever at least show you that like being safe about a gun, or what to do, what not to do? He never did that,
No,
really.
no.
Huh?
He had a BB gun.
Okay.
He let me check out his BB gun once,
Okay.
but no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, and that's another thing we're trying to enforce too. We're trying to enforce to parents, especially if you have kids in the house and you're going to have a firearm in the house, you have to educate your kids.
Absolutely.
About it. You have to have the talk with them. You have to show them, the do's and the don'ts, something like that. I think it's very, very important.
Absolutely, absolutely. And maybe it was a sign of the times. It was the 60s, and
That's
I was
true.
a girl.
That's true. That's
hard
true.
to say.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
Yeah,
So,
things are different today, that's for sure.
absolutely.
And as you know, last year alone, there's been 5.4 million first-time gun owners out there.
Really?
So with that 5.4 million first-time gun owners, we know a lot of them are just taking that gun and loading it and throwing it under their bed. And we want to stop that.
Yeah, let's not.
We do.
Let's not.
And I appreciate you coming to us because you do have that, in the back of your mind. You want to keep your family safe. You want to be safe. And you want to do it the right way.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be the key for your owning a gun.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Brian, my dad passed away last September and has some firearms. And my stepmother was like, "Do you want one of these of your dad's?" And I don't even want it to enter the home until we're educated.
That's
You know what I mean?
Very good. Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I'm sure whatever he had is probably antique in nature, but still, I'd like to get something more modern, convenient.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
The way the process works, obviously, you come and you spend a day in classroom with us. And then after your classroom's done, we take you to the range and you qualify, basically. Then our trainers go to your home, which is a very, very important part of the process.
Okay.
And they go to your home and they take you around and show you how to store that gun, how to retrieve that gun, what to do if you have something that you're not sure of in the night, you hear maybe glass break or something like that.
Sure.
And that's a very important part of the process. And a lot of trainers don't do that. A lot of trainers will just take you to a classroom, qualify you, and say, "Okay, good luck." You're on your way home. And there's a lot of our boys in blue, which we love, will actually tell you, sometimes they're not going to be able to get there in time. They're very overwhelmed. Then all the cuts,
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
there too. And they actually do say we recommend that you if you want to protect your family, get trained, be safe. And then that way you have a little bit of peace of mind.
Sure. On top of that, I can only imagine if you're in a real life situation where you're loading up a firearm, your adrenaline has got to be just on, right? You got to be able to think clear and get it together.
Yes, it's a very mental thing, that's for sure. In fact, I have a lot of officer friends of mine who tell me they've been in firefights, and when that happens, all rules are out the window. Their adrenaline's going. They're not hitting their target.
Sure.
I don't know if you were able to watch that one PSA we did about the high capacity magazines. You see the father is so nervous when that guy breaks in. He's just shooting rounds and missing, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do. Never stop your training. Even though you think you had your safety class, you're qualified, the instructors came to your house, you want to continue practicing. You want to continue coming to more safety courses. You want to continue going to that range and just it's like driving a car.
Right.
Always you want to be able to just, be very well in tune with that firearm.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I've heard going to the firing range is a blast.
It is.
So if it's something I enjoy, I'm so down for that on a random Saturday afternoon.
Do you know, Kim, and this is God honest truth, I have probably brought hundreds of people to my range that have never fired a gun and always been a little bit hesitant and thought the guns were just this evil machine. And I brought them, I said, come to my range. Let me take you through some safety. Let's have some fun shooting.
Sure.
And then I want to have a sit down and a conversation after. There's not been one person who said anything bad about it. They're like, that was the most fun I've ever had. I never knew a gun was like that.
Right.
Now that I'm trained and I've actually fired a gun, I feel so safe.
Yeah.
I feel like this could be actually a fun sport for myself, my family, or whatever.
Sure. Sounds exciting.
I'm just trying to also, stop this stupid media from these crazy words that they throw out there to scare people about this. They always use the assault rifle, the assault pistol, and it's just about a shooter and stuff like that, how they describe them. And, I just want to stop all that.
Yeah, well, gun violence in America is at an all-time high, and the media is going to latch onto that and twist it into whatever pretzel they might like it to be.
I know, and it's higher in places where they're more restricted, where gun laws are more restricted, like out in California.
Yeah.
So
I love the fact that your trainers come to my home because I think that speaks to mental stability.
Oh, 100%.
I think somebody who's going to get a firearm, somebody should be watching over that process. And I love that you guys take that extra step.
Yeah.
I think it's really meaningful. You could walk in somewhere and go,
That's true.
I'm just saying.
No, it is true. And I think it is a very, very good part of our training program.
Right.
It really is. I think that's one of the most important parts, to tell you the truth.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I know. It's great. And we've had some good times over your house. You always have good crowds over there, and you invite everybody into your home, and the family thing is just right spot on with
It's
you.
my love language.
I love it.
I know you love my taco meat.
I know I do. Yeah, I do. The taco meat and who someone loves, I think, your brownies, right?
Oh yeah, I have to make those brownies every time. You know who I'm talking about. I know.
It's good though. It's great.
We have some good times. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's my love language: having people, loving people, feeding people,
100%,
being with people.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, Kim. Well, here's what I like to do with you.
Sure.
Once you do the training course with us and you're all done, I like to have you come back on the show and talk to us and the audience about your experience.
Great.
And I want to see if it helped. I want to see if you feel safer. I want to see if it's something that we did our job.
I'm excited, Brian.
That'd be absolutely fantastic.
Great. Thanks for having me. I'm thrilled.
I really appreciate you being on the show. I mean, again, it's people like you that make this thing a success.
Well, I'm thrilled with our history that I knew right where to go. I knew right where to go. I already feel safe because we have history, so I'm coming in maybe at an advantage, but I'll take it.
There you go.
All right.
Well, thank you very much, Kim. I look forward to spending more times over your house and with your family. It's been wonderful.
My pleasure. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today's show. And always remember, safety, family, and the Second Amendment.